Sham, I received the teaching from Shemaiah and Naphtali. Hillel said, be disciples of Aaron, loving peace and acting peacefully, loving people and drawing them to reality. Pursuing fame is self-destructive. It distracts us from reality and focuses our energy on ourselves. Those who do not increase knowledge, decrease knowledge. But don't mistake knowledge for talk. One who knows acts knowingly. Fools talk, and their talk too often fools. Those who cease to learn cease to live. Life is learning, attending to reality. Anything less is the sleepwalk of death. Those who misuse knowledge shall not endure, for only reality endures. If you are not attending to reality, where are you?
If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I?
And if not now, when? Attend to reality diligently. Say little and do much. Receive all people with kindness. Make yourself a sage. Rely upon reality, not authority. Free yourself from crippling self-consciousness. Attend to each moment and act without hesitation. Do not tithe by guesswork. Justice is not a matter of whim. Today, you may feel generous. Tomorrow, you may feel stingy. Give what is just because it is just. I grew up among the sage. All my life I listened to their words. Yet I have found nothing better than silence. Study is not the goal. Doing is, do not mistake talk for action. Pity fills no stomach. Compassion builds no house. Understanding is not yet justice. Whoever multiplies words causes confusion. The truth that can be spoken is not the ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is wordless, the silence within the silence. More than the absence of speech, more than the absence of words. Ultimate truth is the seamless being in place that comes with attending to reality. The world stands upon three things: upon truth, upon peace, upon justice. Speak truth each to the other. Establish peace and render honest judgment in your gates. What is the right path for a person to follow? One that honors both self and other. Be attentive in all you do. Do not judge one deed small and another great, for you cannot always know their significance. Be virtuous, even if virtue is costly. Avoid sin, even if sin is profitable. Remember three things and you will not err. If your deeds shouldn't be known, perhaps they shouldn't be done. If your words shouldn't be shared, perhaps they shouldn't be spoken. Act with attention, for all your deeds have consequence. The world stands steady, engaged in good work. One forgets selfish desire. Learning without labor is barren. It does nothing to better the world. Labor without learning is empty. It does nothing to enlighten the world. If employed by the community, labor for the people and not for power. If you carry on the good work of your predecessors, their merit will sustain you, their righteousness will endure through you, and you will be credited with great success, as if you had accomplished the task alone. Be wary of those in power, for their friendship is often a matter of convenience. They appear as friends when it suits them, but they will not stand by you in time of need. Desire only that which has already been given. Want only that which you already have. As a river empties into the ocean, empty yourself into reality. When you are emptied into reality, you are filled with compassion, desiring justice. When you desire only justice, the will of reality becomes your will. When you are filled with compassion, there is no self to oppose. Tao can be talked about, but not the eternal Tao. Names can be named, but not the eternal name. As the origin of heaven and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameless. So, as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. When all the world recognizes good is good, the sin itself is evil. Indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short exhibit each other. High and low set and measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore the sage manages his affairs without a dough and spreads his teaching without talking. He denies nothing to the team and can't think. He has no relays, no claim to them. He does his work but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task but does not dwell upon it. And yet it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him. As always manifest, we should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence. By not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and intention. By not rising goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from rebelling and stealing. By not displaying
being used can never be filled up fathomless. It seems to be the origin of all things. It blunts all sharp edges. It unties all tangles. It harmonizes all lights. It unites the world into one whole, hidden in the deeps. Yet it seems to exist forever. I do not know whose child it is. It seems to be the common ancestor of all, the father of things.
It treats all things as straw dogs. The sage is not sentimental. He treats all these people as straw dogs.
Between heaven and earth, there seems to be a bellows. It is empty, and yet it is inexhaustible. The more it works, the more comes out of it. No amount of words can fathom it. Better look for it within you.
Tao can be talked about, but not the eternal Tao. Names can be named, but not the eternal name. As the origin of heaven and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameable. So, as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. When all the world recognizes beauty as beauty, this in itself is ugliness. When all the world recognizes good as good, this in itself is evil. Indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. All and short exhibit each other. High and low set measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore the sage manages his affairs without ado, and spreads his teaching without talking. He denies nothing to the teeming things. He rears them but lays no claim to them. He does his work but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task but does not dwell upon it. And yet it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him. As always manifest, we should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence. By not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you would cause the people's hearts to remain undisturbed. Therefore, the sage's way of governing begins by emptying the heart of desires, filling the belly with food,
weakening the ambitions, toughening the bones. In this way, he will cause the people to remain without knowledge and without desire, and prevent the knowing ones from any ado. Practice non-ado, and everything will be in order. The town is like an empty bowl, which in being used can never be filled up. Fathomless, it seems to be the origin of all things. It blunts all sharp edges, it bends out its all tangles. It harmonizes all lights, it unites the world into one whole, hidden in the deeps. Yet it seems to exist forever. I do not know whose child it is. It seems to be the common ancestor of all, the father of things. Heaven and earth is not sentimental. It treats all things as straw dogs. The sage is not sentimental. He treats all his people as straw dogs. Between heaven and earth, there seems to be a bellows. It is empty, and yet it is inexhaustible. The more it works, the more comes out of it. No amount of words can fathom a better look for it within you. The spirit of the fountain dies not. It is called the mysterious feminine. The doorway of the mysterious feminine is called the root of heaven and earth. Lingering like gossamer, it has only a hint of existence. And yet, when you draw upon it, it is inexhaustible. Heaven lasts long and earth abides. What is the secret of their durability? Is it not because they do not live for themselves that they can live so long? Therefore the sage wants to remain behind, but finds himself at the head of others, reckons himself out, but finds himself safe and secure. Is it not because he is selfless that his self is realized? The highest form of goodness is like water. Water knows how to benefit all things without striving within. It stays in place, is loved by all men. Therefore it comes near the town. In choosing your dwelling, know how to keep to the ground. In cultivating your mind, know how to dive in the hidden deeps. In dealing with others, know how to be gentle and kind. In speaking, know how to keep your words. In governing, know how to maintain order. In transacting business, know how to be efficient. In making move, know how to choose the right moment. If you do not strive with others, you will be free from blame. As for holding to fullness, far better were it to stop in time. Keep on beating and sharpening a sword, and the edge cannot be preserved for long. Fill your house with gold and jade, and it can no longer be guarded. Set store by your riches, and how can be talked about, but not the eternal time. Names can be named, but of heaven and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameable. So, as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. And all the world recognizes beauty as beauty is in itself is loveliness. When all the world recognizes good as good is in itself is indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short exhibit each other. High and low set measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore, the sage manages his affairs without ado and spreads his teaching without talking. He denies nothing to the teeming things. He rears them, but lays no claim to them. He does his work, but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task, but does not dwell upon it. And yet, it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him.
This is John Kitover,
Has always manifest. We should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence. Be not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you will cause the people's hearts to remain undisturbed. Therefore, the sage's way of governing begins by
What's the lifestyle of someone that lives on the reservation? What's the average lifestyle compared to an average American in this country?
Speaking of reservations, I just had a good point. Look at the Native Americans. They got a bunch of handouts from the government. They're actually one of the worst groups right now as far as poverty, alcoholism, drug addiction, and they got a shit ton of handouts for the government. So clearly we understand, we have a ton of data that says when you get a bunch of handouts, it's not going to be conducive to long-term success, bro. It's just common sense.
Native American women are the #1 raped women in the country. #1.
Can I get here for a second?
They getting raped by white people in other countries.
No, they're on the reservation, homie.
They get raped by white motherfuckers.
Black men have a higher ratio of rape than white men. If you want to start probably get picky on it.
The raping came from you motherfuckers.
We talked to you.
Don't push that shit on us.
All right, Edward's trying to get in.
Who's doing it?
Yeah, I'm really trying to get in here. Hello, Steve.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Edward? Good morning or good afternoon.
Well, you already know. It's this morning, 10:02 here in the beautiful golden state of California. It's just unfortunate that we have blue laws. So
you mad that you can't carry a gun out here in this hot ass state?
No. I got a gun. Don't worry about that part.
Okay, so what blue laws are you mad about? What, you scared of some Mexicans? I'm in LA too. I'm in LA.
Okay.
So what, you scared of Mexicans?
No, not at all.
What jobs have the illegal? What jobs have illegal took from your smart ass?
Highly. Hold on, highly. I don't know you. Okay, but I do know what I've heard so far is that you are a person that wants something for nothing. Okay.
No, I don't. I want what my people are owed.
Oh, what people? Who's
that
your
ain't
people?
Nothing.
What did you do to get?
Hold on. Who's your people?
Whatever, however you want to name them, the Negroes, the African Americans, Black Americans, whatever you want to call it, melanated people.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but all people groups on planet Earth have melanin in their body. All of them.
You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I know now I'm talking to an idiot. Now I'm talking to an idiot.
So Hailey, before we go
We
on.
hear who the idiot is, Hailey.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Hailey, what I'm never going to do is I'm not going to call you a name.
I don't care if you're going to say something stupid. I'm going to call it what it is.
What did I say stupid?
Stupid motherfucker say, a lot other melanated people in the world. I don't get, we talking about Black Americans.
Really?
Are you talking about what's going on in motherfucking whatever else went in the other world? We talking about Americans. These fuck ass Christian white people. These so-called Christian ass white people put my people through atrocities.
Really? Your people. Your
fuck boy.
Okay. So Hailey, before you go on, I'd like to talk to Sig if I may. Could I do that?
If you say something stupid, I'm interrupting.
It's going to be a battle, Mr. Edward.
Oh, no, it's not going to be a battle, Nick, because I can have a conversation with someone who's reasonable.
Yeah, Hailey is not reasonable. We can see that, but go ahead.
Wait, I just want to say one thing, and I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to be quiet after I say this. Please let me say this last thing, I promise you. All right. Statistical breakdowns, total numbers, according to data compiled by organizations like RAND, Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, and federal law enforcement tracking. Approximately 57% of sexual assault perpetrators are white. Approximately 57% of sexual assault perpetrators are white. Roughly, now no race is perfect. Roughly 27% are Black, and the remaining percentage is comprised of other racial and ethnic groups.
Well, saying that whites make up 60% of the population, that sounds about on par.
So once again,
that sounds about right.
Once again, you sick motherfuckers.
It's actually below on par. If you think about it.
So Hailey, I thought you were going to go on mute after you made the statement.
I'm done. I just said, no, because somebody said Black people leading that. I just had to do some research and correct them. Fuck, boy.
Okay. All right. So my question, Sig, is really simple. You made a statement, I was just listening in, that if 93% of a people group, a bloc, continue to vote for the same party that actually caused them the most injury, what would you call that, Sig?
Retardedness.
Okay. So Sig, please help me understand if I know, and I'm a young guy, right? I'm only 62 years young. Could you tell me, Sig, anywhere? Okay, I don't know why you keep doing this, but I don't have a problem dropping you down.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
Dance with your thumbs.
Oh, Edward, you got a green bean? Nice. If that bitch Kitover come in here talking shit, drop that hoe with the quickness.
Oh, and I just wanted to correct.
Okay, I can bring him. One second. I can bring him back up after I finish having my Discord with Sig. Because, guys, one thing I'm going to not do, I'm not going to insult you, not call you a name, not going to do any of that. We all have a right to make a choice in life, but there's also a set of consequences that go with the choice that we make. Okay? I like to have a conversation, not people just accusing other people. Because a lot of people have excuses for them not wanting to actually perform. The last I checked is, Sig, I'm going to ask you another question. Doesn't our document say we hold these truths to be self-evident?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so isn't it my responsibility to take care of myself?
Yeah. I mean, I know as crazy as it sounds to be self-reliant and self-independent and self-accountable, but yes, that's how it.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing something, Sig. I just want to make sure. When did we, as Americans, actually believe that the central government, whether it's your mayor, your local government, your state government, including the federal government, when did we believe that someone has better interest in your life than yourself? When did we ever come up with this, eh?
The 1960s, when women started dominating and having a say-so, because women are naturally hypergamous. They want to be taken care of. And when they decided, hey, we want to be independent boss bitches and we want to be out on our own, we don't need no man. They got out there, realized how hard it was, and that's when they started petitioning the fucking government to start being their fucking husband. And that's where it came from, Mr. Edward. And they started teaching these kids that as they started running these houses.
And now look what they're doing. They're trying to pimp out and gender mutilate the children. Sig's got a point. I hate to agree with the point. Said, you know, I love you, but he's got a point. Look at where we are now with these women.
Yeah. This is why we're having the change of mindset that the government should, healthcare is a right, affordable housing is a right. All these basic things that for millions of years humans have gotten out their asses and worked for. Now that women have more of a say-so in society and we're more of a gynocentric society and they need protection and provision, well, they don't want to get it through a man because they don't want to do what a man tells them to do in order to earn that provision. They go fucking petition and vote for the government. And if you look at the voting records, it's evident. You can see it clear as day. This is where the switch came.
I just wanted to correct this statistic. I hope you don't mind. I put the link in the chat. It's not 70% of Black American children living with mother only. It's 45%. It's still too high, but it's not 70%. You're like adding 24 percentage points on that.
70.
And I don't think that's fair. It's never been 70%. There was a 50% statistic that was put out because it was like a 46%. It was estimated to 50, and then people just decided to use the stereotype to hurt the conversation and lie about some 70% statistic. It's not 70%. It's 45%. I just want to make that clear information. Link is in the chat.
70% of Black kids are born to out of wedlock relationships, Bima. So these are broken homes.
Listen,
and the majority of those homes, the parents are not together.
You said, hold on, now you're changing it. You said to single mothers. That's what you said. And my statistic by the CDC, going all the way back to 1990, says it's 45%. 45% of Black children are in live with their mother only. Okay, so that's my point. Only 45%.
And who gets more?
That means that 54% live with two parents.
Listen to what you just said, though. Live with mother only. Okay, again, most of these are going to have some type of split custody. So yes, mother only is always going to be lower, Bima, but the majority of custody and child support and things like that are overwhelming majority are handed over to the mother, and the mothers have the predominant influence in these kids' life because they started off being born in a broken home. So I hear what you're saying, but that's part of that bullshit they do to twist to make it look less than what it is.
My point is the 70% statistic was trash. It's made up. It's bullshit.
It's still broken homes. Broken homes are the cause.
Show me the statistic because I'm gonna call bullshit, and I'm gonna say show me.
70% of Black kids are born in that.
Listen, I understand. I hear you, Sig. I'm saying that you could say that ad nauseum. I'm saying I don't care what you're saying at this point.
And that's the point.
I want to see
so that's
it.
why. Yeah,
I want to see it. So either provide the statistic or
Bima. This is something we've been discussing for 5 years on this app. Okay, everybody's seen the fucking stats. We've been discussing this ad nauseum for 5 fucking years.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I'll just use Grok or some shit, and then I'll post the fucking link.
70% of Black kids. It's around 7. No, it's not about Bima. This is. I mean, come on. We've been having this conversation. If this was like a new topic or something, yeah, we've been showing these stats and running these stats for fucking 5 years.
Okay. Well, then show them. Well, then why can't we?
So what I'm saying is, Bima, is that 70% of Black kids are born into broken fucking homes. That is a problem. And the majority of these broken homes, the mother has a predominant fucking influence.
Well,
that's
that
the problem.
doesn't make sense because that's not what the CDC
Only
that means immediately 54. Two things can't be true. Those two things can't be true because of the percentage. If they're saying, if the CDC is showing that 54% are born to two families, then there's an impossibility for 70% to be born to one.
You just said they live with their mother only. That's a completely different set. That's a completely different set.
Go ahead and show me.
I started out with a father and a mother, but he ended up leaving. And I ended up living with a single mom parent. She right. Start out that way.
Okay. I think that we're looking at two different things, okay? correct me, Ms. Bima, if I'm not mistaken. Could you explain to the space what percentage of women, Black women in the U.S., are married before children? I want to be very specific for a reason.
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that for white women either.
Actually, I'm going to post it right now.
No, it's very specific. Go ahead, Pepe.
I'm going to post it right now, but the crazy thing is that he is right to 0.7%. 69.3% of Black children are born to in broken homes. Here's the question I asked, and here's the answer I got. I put it in the chat.
Well, Pepe, this is the problem with when we use statistics, right? The reality is we see it on the street, okay? Currently, in Bima, I want you to check this out, correct me, fact check me. Right now, 31% in the United States, Bima, of Black women and men are married, 31%. That means if there's any activity among the other percentage of Black people, and they happen to have children, they're going to be outside of wedlock. Okay? So,
there could be so many different reasons for that. Like, who wants to involve the government? More and more people are not wanting to involve the government in their marriages for reasons, for obvious reasons. Hold on, because this is important. This is important.
It's not.
Okay. I think so. I know
Okay.
more and more people are saying that they don't want to involve, especially with the family court system and how trashy it is. So I don't. It doesn't tell me anything.
Bima, hold on, Bima. I'm really trying to understand. If you, as a woman, get approached by a man who wants to take you out, do you think you have to go talk to the government first?
Well, that's not what I said.
No, that's what you're saying.
Edward, she's saying that that people don't want to involve the government, brother. But Bima's being disingenuous, man.
No,
she's just being disingenuous.
Listen, you and I agree, Anthony. But we got to, Anthony. But we got to be very specific.
I just want to get.
Because Black Americans have had such a great relationship with the justice system. They just can't wait to involve government more in their personal lives. What's that at?
So, Bima, what I'm saying is that, Bima, all right, listen. I don't know if are you saying that these people aren't getting legally married because they don't want to involve the government? Is that Bima's stance? I want to be clear.
What I'm saying is the CDC checked what percentage of children are born to or live with up until under 18 with a single parent. This particular statistic was mothers only, okay? And Sig said that it was 70%.
No, you're changing. You're changing it though. He said they were born out of wedlock. Now, if you were
no, that was changed. Pepe. Sorry, no, Pepe, you're wrong.
But if you but it comes to born. But overall.
But that's not what he claimed originally.
No, it's exactly what he claimed.
No, he didn't.
It's the only thing it did. The only thing. Okay, but whether or not they live with two parents at one point in their lives before they turn 18, that's a whole different story.
All right, he moved the goalpost, baby. I'm sorry, you're wrong. That's not what he originally claimed.
No, he got it right. I don't know why you're trying to discredit it.
He changed it after I exposed it and said that's not true. It's not 70%. It's 46%, and now it's
mothers only. Bima, kids. It's rare for kids to be with moms only. There's going to be some type of split custody, Bima. So yes, your number would be lower. Yes, but what I'm saying, the point of this is broken homes. Kids are going to have a higher statistical chance of becoming degenerates when they come from broken homes, when the mother and father are not married and raising those children underneath the same roof together as a fucking team. That's the point.
6'6". I'm saying that's an impossibility with my statistics. Because it already put 54% of Black children living with two parents.
Let me jump in real quick. I'm going to read
one point, Ike. I'm going to let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Let's make sure we get one voice so we can hear everyone. Okay. So go ahead, Ice, and then
No, I was having a quick interaction with Beamer, and just want to finish that.
No. I'm just stop.
I was talking to Beamer. I was talking to Beamer. I'm not arguing with you, brother. I was talking to Beamer.
I know. I would have been done saying what I wanted to say. Just stop for 30 seconds. 65% of single mother households are child only, meaning no other adults are present. 65% of Black single mother households are child only, meaning no other adults are present. Okay. That is almost dead on with what Sig said.
What
statistic?
Where are you reading? Hold on, wait a second. Wait, Ice. Hold on, Anthony. Ice, where are you reading that from?
Children are 8.1% or 8 times.
Ice, can you put the link in the chat?
Ice. The worldmetrics.org. Go look it up. Black fatherless home statistics.
Can you just put the link in the chat?
Okay. Are y'all doubting the stat or what? Are y'all doubting?
I want to make sure I'm reading exactly what you're reading. Would you mind?
Okay. Yeah, Beamer's trying to play Captain Save with me, bro.
This is what I always do to you, Beamer, because I read the facts and then you don't like them and you say supply them, but you never supply us. Once in a while, you'll come up with something that's twisted.
Okay, go ahead, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anthony.
No problem. So good. So Beamer, all right. I'm 1000% with Sid. I think the only stat that matters, the most important stat, is out of wedlock birth. I don't care about your other stat with the 46%. We have a mother and a father that made a commitment and married each other prior to having their child. That's the only statistic that matters. It says a lot about the mother. It says a lot about the father and the environment that they're going to raise that child in. Your 46%. It could be a boyfriend. It could be somebody, a quote unquote domestic partner. It could be anything. That's a red herring. It has nothing to do with nothing. There's no level of commitment there. And then when you say people don't want to involve the government, there are plenty of advantages to being married. There's plenty of tax advantages to being married. So all of this stuff that you're pushing, Beamer, I know you think you're doing well. I know you think you're helping. You're hurting. You're hurting the people that you care about. You care too much.
Anthony, can I get clarity?
It's detrimental to those people. You're infantilizing them and you're hurting them, Beamer, unintentionally.
That's just weird. That's rejection, Anthony. That's on you. I want to find the truth, okay? What's interesting to me is this super high statistic, right? All of my Black friends, all of my Black friends have born two, and live with. Both of their kids have two. So listen, this is my point. So where is this? Where are these single family? Where are they? Where are they? How could they be so? How could they be so prevalent?
People are telling you your
I'm calling bullshit on some statistics. That's what I'm saying. I'm just calling bullshit.
Hey, Anthony, can I get some clarity from you in a second? So, is she arguing 46% of Black children are in, let's say, a good situation, and you and Sig are saying it's 35%?
No, they're saying it's 70%, CEO.
No. We're saying 65% are not in a good are not in a good situation.
Nah, CEO.
35% are.
No,
right?
so the point we're trying to drive home.
What does 65% mean? Single mothers, right?
No.
What Beam was trying to do, CEO, is she's trying to say, because again, 70% of Black kids are born out of wedlock, right? And the majority of that 70%, single mothers have the primary custody. Okay. What she's trying to do is she's trying to bring some mother-only statistic. When we know the majority of kids have some type of split custody. So that mother-only category is obviously going to be low, because most kids aren't just with a mom only. There's some type of custody with that. And as long as there's some type of custody or visitation or some type of interaction with that, and it goes through the courts, it's not going to be considered a mother-only home. So she's trying to spin and play this little stupid-ass disingenuous bullshit, because she's trying to play Captain Save a Negro right now.
Her percent is 46?
For a mother-only home, yes. Mother-only home. And mother-only home counts when there's no father. There's no split custody, no visitation, no nothing, and that's going to always be a lower number.
Aren't both stats horrible, or is it just me?
Yeah, even at a 45%, that's still fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I
mean, so I don't know the value of the argument.
Well, I think, just tacking on 24% is, I think that's disingenuous. I think that's dishonest.
She wants to stick all the black babies on her teeth so she can feed them all and
So
save the world.
the statistic that you're showing, what it's saying, it's 69% of births to black women occur outside of marriage. But that is not to be interpreted that it's 69% of black children are raised without fathers. Okay?
That's
so your statistic. My statistic is still accurate from the CDC measuring in the United States. 54% of black children live with two parents.
Wait, say
70% here. I just found
split custody.
Data.
Yeah, split custody, not two parents in the same home.
Black mothers.
What percentage of men in jail were born to unwed mothers? What percentage were born to unwed mothers?
Damn, that's high. Higher than single fathers. I know that statistic.
And 85.
I have a solution for the statistical problem. Both the stats don't quite get it right. They don't fully capture the context. So let's just split the difference. 46, 69, you land at 57.5% in between. So why don't we just say that's the issue?
Right? That's still horrible, right?
Yeah,
and that's still horrible, right?
So why not talk about the solution or what you want to do?
Because they don't want to talk about the solution, CEO. They want to blame everybody else.
Argument is a little silly.
Yeah. Here's the thing with people. Yeah, here's the thing with Bemis, people from Bemis side. They're bleeding hearts, right? They think they don't want to take, and this is most women. This is why our country's in the fucking shithole it's in, because we've allowed these fucking retarded ass women to fucking have a voice and have a say so. And women in general just don't take accountability at the same rate men do. Men, we're forced to take accountability since the day we were fucking born. If not, you get chastised by society. Women always get a fucking pass. It's always a single mom shit, whatever. Oh, struggling single mom. Oh, she's mental health problems. Her mental health, her psychological needs, and I mean, this is typically what we do. This is the mindset women have adopted, and this is why they try to fucking spoon feed and coddle and teat nurse every fucking problem instead of kicking people out of the fucking nest and saying, hey, figure it out, motherfucker, on your own, which is what builds character and what builds productive societies. So we're never going to, as long as we have women have the majority say so in this country, again, women, out of all the welfare that's handed out, 85% of welfare is handed to single fucking moms. But you let them tell the story, they killing it out here. They own businesses, and I'm a CEO, and I'm a this, I'm a that. But 85% of welfare goes to single fucking mothers. And you can look that shit up. So again, we just got to shut the women the fuck up. That's the only way it's going to solve it.
So, Spig, I just cross-referenced your data sets, all of yours. And I'm not trying to just pick on one. But right now, the 2023 marker is the most accurate one because it's been able to coalesce of multiple of avenues. Like, it takes a couple of years to actually put this data together. But it says 52% of black children live with only one parent, mother or father, in 2023. The Census Bureau, which actually coalesced all of this stuff, went through and said, let's see, in 2022, 38% of black children lived with two married parents, compared with a 75% non-Hispanic white. If we were going to go ahead and do that kind of correlation, but 47% of all black children only live with the mother, 5% only live with the father, 43% have two parents, and 5% have neither parent.
Yeah, so thank you, Viking. So I'm not sure where he was reading his, the 2023. I think that's the same one that I was reading. So, and I'll put it in the chat too. So basically, what they're saying though is Sig was saying that it was 70% either mother only or in a split household. What I'm saying that's impossible because the CDC has in this 2023 is that up to 40. That's 42, that's 36, 40, 44, up to 44% of black children live in a two-parent household. Either the parents are married or they're unmarried and they're cohabiting. And then the rest is what also aligns with Viking says. Mother only 45 to 46%, father only 5%, and neither parent 8%. So I'm just saying that it's not 70%. That's bullshit.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Can I say one thing to her real quick? Would it be okay?
Yeah, and I want to ask her a question.
Okay, so Dima, I think you are one of the most well-intentioned people on Clubhouse, and I like that about
However, sometimes what happens is when you let your well-intention water down the severity of the issue, I don't know if you're really doing anybody a favor. So whatever the percentage is, it's super high. It's way higher than it is for overpopulation, and it's a major problem. Is that something you agree or disagree?
I totally agree, CEO. I totally agree with you. Absolutely, 110%. But what I also think is damaging to put our words and the things that we say feed into the conscious of us as human beings. Negative words, positive, negative words. And if it's not truthful, then just let the truth be said. It's just not 70%. Stop being 70%. Just repeat.
Wait, hold on.
At least just hold on. Just say the truth. It's not 70%. If anything, it's still bad. But let's just not say it's 70%. Let's just say
there's a carve out with the 2-parent thing because it includes divorced or separated from living with individuals, and it goes from custody arrangements that exceed 1 weekend a month to 50-50 custody. So
Thank you.
And so, like, the 2-parent situation is not clear cut because as you dive through, you realize they're including all custody arrangements that exist up there.
Right.
So there's some caveat to the 70%, and it actually is high.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That other.
It says in household, which means under one roof.
No, that's not true. No. That's not true. That's counting split custody as well.
2 parents
It's counting
inside the household under one roof.
Okay, one second. Bima, what you have to do, the premise, and the whole foundation was unwed. Do you know what that means? Children born out of wedlock. Okay, this is the whole premise from the very beginning. Please look up the percentage of how many children in the Black community are born out of wedlock. And Anthony said it extremely well from the very beginning. Okay, he said it has nothing to do with married couples. If 2 people are committed and they're waiting to have children after they get married, this is what we're trying to get you to focus on. Okay, we understand your statistics, but the reality is how many Black children in 2026 in the United States are born out of wedlock. That's the key. Nothing more, nothing less.
Everything else is noise.
Yeah, everything else is noise. Exactly. And Ice, what you have to do is realize for us, all of us, okay, because right now the Black community is hemorrhaging because of male headship. You know what male headship means? And Sig said it earlier. We don't have the leadership where men are the ones in charge. We got women who don't know their women. We got men who don't know their men. This is amazing to me. I will always look at male headship. When does the man get to take care of his family? Okay? This is the key, guys. In Bima, you ask any Black woman today, and I grew up in a house with 11 of them. Okay? What percentage of Black women, Bima, ever get asked to be married? Ever. By a Black man.
So I'm going to break this down further, Sig, for you. So the 2025 census report, utilizing in a combination of 22 data, found that 46.4% of Black children under 21 were in a child support eligible arrangement, meaning they lived with one parent while the other parent lived elsewhere. About 78% of custodial parents nationally were mothers, while 22% were fathers. The census is not reliable on a national percentage for Black children in a 50-50 physical custody versus, say, 70-30 or 80-20, which is often included in the 2-parent census. The living arrangement data isn't a custody time survey, so it doesn't tell us where the child primarily lives in or whether they would parent at one time of the year versus the other. So the 46.4 should not interpret it as 46% have an absent father. It means approximately 46% live with one parent while the other parent lives elsewhere. So again, your stats could actually, like the 70% is maybe tongue in cheek, but it does point to the.
It gets close. Right, and when you're talking about a mother-only home, and when you're talking, hold on, Bima, let me respond right there real quick. So, Viking, yeah. So when you talk about a mother-only home, that means they're only sole mother custody, father-only solely father, and then you got to factor in the joint custody in between that. The numbers start rising when you start factoring that in. Yes.
Co-resident. Report says it. Co-resident, 2 under 1 household, 2 under 1 roof, 2 under 1 roof, not separated, 2 under 1 roof. Co-resident.
And they're not married, Bima. That's the thing. Black women are married at 20. No, it does matter. Yes, it does matter. Here's why it matters.
But the marriage was 35.
Y'all hear this shit? This is what happens when you let women run the show. Marriage don't matter. This is coming from
the unmarried was 3 to 4%.
What he said is true. It says it. I got it. World data. I'll read another one. I was at 65% before when I read that, and I posted it, Beeman, just like you asked me to, and I will on this one. This is world data. The most recent comprehensive statistic shows that 40% of all births in the United States occurred to unmarried women, representing more than 1.4 million births annually. The demographic shift has profound implications for public policy, healthcare delivery, social services, and community support systems. The variations across racial and ethnic lines are particularly striking, with percentages ranging from approximately 12% among Asian mothers to 70% among Black mothers.
Boom! Black students build the womb that envy. He just destroyed it.
What does that have to do with it?
Here's what it has to do with it, Nathan.
This is what I'm going to understand. Hold on, wait. Can you?
No.
I want to hear you. I want to hear you. I want to hear you.
I want to hear you, but I want you to finally let me finish first.
No. Do you know why? Because I have a green bean. That's why. So you're going to fold to me. Do you understand? Behave.
Bow to the matriarchy, Ice.
I want to hear what you have to say. Just please put the link in the chat.
We already put a link that showed that it was.
Pepe, shut up. We're talking about specifically what he just referenced.
And we've had a million fucking rooms about this over the past 5. Everybody, we all know.
Why are you spending so much time? Listen, if you don't want to engage in the discussion that's happening today, right now, then stop engaging. If you don't want to engage, don't engage.
Black and engaging. What are you fucking talking about?
Then just respond to it. That's all.
Like I said, man,
some responding to it. About we've already talked about this. I've not had this discussion with you. Have you?
But everybody else has. We've had these single mother conversations for 5 years ad nauseum, and the stats have been the same for 5 years.
Well, guess what? Everybody can talk about what I'm not controlling what anybody says on this stage. You could say whatever you want to say, but the people who are engaging with the statistics and want to get this sorted out, well, then you're welcome to. And I would like to actually
because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. You need strong dads in homes that keep kids in fucking line and to pass on generational wealth. You women are fucking suck at it. You women suck at it. That's why our country's failing. Because you women wanted the fucking control and no responsibility, and you guys are burning our country to the fucking ground because your fucking egos are out of control, and you can't just shut the fuck up and bad back and say, hey, men just do a better job at this shit. Let's just get back to the kitchen.
You're making your own argument and punching yourself in the face.
The bank is asking you to pay your credit card debt, and you talk about single mothers when the bank is asking you to pay your fucking debt.
Same reason when we're talking about black issues, and we got niggas talking about white people all the time.
But debt, that's old. This is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Just like black people getting their shit together has nothing to do with white racism and Jim Crow and slavery. You're right. Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, I don't want to fucking hear your excuses. Pay me my motherfucking money or else.
And that's what our argument is, Nathan. Hey, guess what? Educate yourself, be self-sufficient, be reliant, be financially responsible. We don't want to hear your excuses. That's exactly what our argument is, Nathan.
So just
I agree with you finally.
Pay me what you owe me, not $1 more.
You're not owed shit. You weren't a slave. You weren't in a separate but equal situation, sir. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody owes you shit. Well, go find the motherfucker that did it to your family and take it up with that family.
When your daddy goes to work, they don't pay you about it, right? So here's the disgusting thing about it. We hear a veteran. We hear a veteran talking about nobody fucking owes you. But both my grandfathers fought in World War II, sacrificed, risking their fucking lives, almost getting blown the fuck up, and come back to a country with bullshit.
And they weren't bitching and moaning as bad as you guys are now.
From the government, and these same men, unfortunately, Gassid is too fucking his head in the sand. He never talked to these individuals, and they will tell you just like they told me. saying, yes, this country owes us a fucking debt.
Damn, not you, nigga. What war did you almost die in, Nathan?
Ian, dumbass.
What war did you almost die in?
Before they passed away, they said, hey, give these, if they do pay reparations, give it to their children.
Okay, hold on.
Give it to the remaining loved ones. Of course, that's how that shit operates. Go ahead, Everett.
No, I'm just curious, based on the fact that you said the country owes its citizens something. What part of our documentation says that the country owes the citizens something?
So here's the thing, right? When it comes to
No.
You asked
This nigga moonwalking, Mr. Everett.
You asked a question about an answer. Now, how the fuck you gonna set me down and answer the question?
Can we have one mic on Nathan? One mic on
crazy. Our country have paid. Hold on. Wait a second, Everett. You asked me a fucking question. Let me to fucking answer it. This country historically have paid reparations to when the country harms a group of Americans, right? They have paid it to the Japanese, to the Native Americans, many people, even to the slave owners who propped a bitch like Sid keeps sticking up for. They said, oh my God, you take my slaves away. Please pay us. We can't make any money. The government said, oh, fucking okay, here you go. So here we go again. So when the country does fucked up shit to harm its citizens, last time I checked, we are American citizens, right? Right? So motherfucker, pay us then.
Well, here's the thing.
Here's the last point is this. If you don't believe I'm a citizen or my family members were citizens, now we got a fucking problem.
Well, no, I believe you're a citizen. I just believe that you're relying on a government that was never. Hold on, Nathan. Okay. I believe you're relying on a government that was not involved in what you're talking about. You said your family fought in the war, so that you and I can have a conversation today about being free, right? But I'm going to ask the same question again.
Wrong. You know what Mr. Spirit is. Yeah. Really? Jim Crow was, and you see, here's a small thinking, right? I really don't talk about slavery too much. I talk about Jim Crow, what was happening there near Jim Crow era. That was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like terrorist groups. Yeah, wow. People are still alive to this day, walking around to this day, being petrified. KKK killed their fathers, murdered their family members, and these people are still fucking alive today. And we got dumbass ignoramuses like Sid saying, oh yeah, fuck you, man. This shit is crazy. It's not just about black people. Any group of Americans who went bullshit, I would support them as well. Saying, you know what? The country did some fucked up shit to you. They fucking murdered you, pedophile, Epstein your ass. Matter of fact, here's a check for you. Because I'm fucking human.
Nathan, I would love to have a conversation about reality. Because right now, what you said was a whole lot of stuff that did not make any sense. Okay? And I'm pretty reasonable. But I just want to ask you a simple question. Because you use the term Jim Crow. Okay? And I want you, for the purpose of the space, could you please tell me how many states participated in Jim Crow, which laws were passed, and how many Americans at the time Jim Crow was going on was actually impacted by Jim Crow, since you used it? I just want to know from your perspective.
11 states participated in it, but it went beyond just those 11 states. The country was extremely anti-black at that time period. My grandfather was part of the Jim Crow. He actually went to California as well after the war and went around this country. The country was anti-black in general, was holding us back from financial gains again and again and again. That's why today, black people don't hold any industry that America actually needs. It doesn't hold transportation. It doesn't hold food. It doesn't hold anything except we don't even own entertainment now at all, really. So
that's because you're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it. Wait. You're looking at it based on a racial lens. Like Asians own a sector of the economy, Hispanics own a sector of the economy, white people own a sector of the economy. You're looking at it based on characteristics that are just you can't change. and you're saying, well, black people as a collective don't own this. Yet black do own businesses. They do own transportation businesses. They do have investment portfolios. They do have fucking financial firms across the country. They do that. So like the idea that somehow as a group collective, I'm going to be honest with you. Who's the guy from the Pursuit of Happiness, the big financier who went from fucking rags to riches? He's not going to sit. Yeah, he's not going to either sit down with you, Nathan, and say, you know what, here you go, blah, 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 and say, yeah, part of the black collective. He's looking at an individual and he's contributing to the American collective, not looking at you as saying, I need a racial lens and I need a racial category that shows that I have 20% or 50% of this economy. That's not how an economy works. That you can't have a hold on, I'm not done. I listened to you, so you can listen. So you cannot have a separate economy based on race. That was the problem with Jim Crow. That's why it fucking faltered, why it was fucking bad, why slavery in itself would have been economically unviable in long-term pursuits in America because of the economic situation at hand. Those of you that don't understand economics should realize when you separate a demographic out of the collective, yet somehow they're under the collective, it actually puts a huge anchor around its neck and drags it down. That it is not hard to rationalize it. So no, you can't have a separate category just for black people or Hispanics or Asians. They don't even control that in their own demographics. Why would it be that you need to have 40% of X in order to consider yourself equal in modern day constructs, when quite clearly you're succeeding elsewhere?
So the point was, we've been here for centuries and we don't have anything significant to really, I didn't say we don't own businesses. I didn't say that. We do, but not to the point that America actually look, too big to fail. What was that? The banking system, right? Last time I checked, it wasn't a black person who owned the major banks in America. We don't. I mean, the fact of the matter is you point to one or a few handful of black Americans. Guess what? When you add up all the black billionaires in America, it adds up to what, around 60 billion right now? Just 60 billion. One of the Walmart people, family members, just one of them worth 300 billion. You can't make this shit up, right? So, and then again, you have to ask yourself this. What's the qualifier of giving reparations? Oh, do we have to be more poor and destitute? What if we're making more money? Oh, since we made more money, we don't qualify. You shouldn't pay it, right? It doesn't make any sense. What makes sense to me, if you do let's make it real simple, right? When you do a fucked up thing and you hurt people and you pedophile, you rape them, kill them, massacre them, guess what? Whether you write it down or whatever the fuck you have, whatever books that you have it in, you have to pay it because that's the humane thing to do. And the people who are affected by these things will demand payment and compensation. That's just a matter of fact. It's not up for us to decide on pocket checking when it's a debt that's owed. When you owe a fucking debt, you don't get to ask that person, well, how much money do you have? How successful are you? Are you married yet? That shit is to extreme stupidity. It's extreme stupidity.
Wait, what debt is owed to you? What debt is owed to you? 22 states, 26 states have free colleges. And like, that's not even a debt that's open. It's viable to everybody. There is a plethora of social safety nets.
What an 80-year-old going to do? What an 80-year-old going to do?
I got it. There's a simple argument. So again, we spend the majority of our GDP, and we far exceed it, on social safety nets on a state or federal level. We provide equal opportunities across the board because you don't have you could go with, like, I guess you could throw in a Marvin Owens, you could probably throw in a Brian Monahan, a David Stewart, a Dutton. You can throw these guys in who are like CEOs of major financial lending and accreditation entities throughout the fucking US. But I mean, they're multi-millionaires or billionaires of themselves. So I guess, we can discount them. But the idea that somehow they belong to the top 1%, and that is, you're saying I need 50% of that to pay the debt owed to you, who literally is literally living the dream that your, quote, ancestors, end quote, prayed, died and struggled for. That makes it really weird.
Nathan,
This is hilarious. When I travel across America, I don't see no fucking dream. What the fuck are you talking? I don't see no utopia.
Really? Because black people have the right to vote and partake in society?
When I drive,
wait. You're saying in any dream, you don't see black people having the equal opportunities as every other demographic. Now in 2026, you don't see that. You don't see college availability. You don't see any of that. You don't see opportunities. You don't see 20 states, over 20 states giving free education. All you have to do is walk down there, sign your name, and basically you're in a fucking college program. You don't see equal opportunities in every fucking employment groups out there.
I was going to say, Brad, I was going to say the opportunities. Hold on, real quick. I just want to, on Brad's point, real quick. I just want to touch on it real quick. Hold on 1 second, Nathan. Hold on 1 second. Brad, I would say, actually, on past equal, we've actually been discrediting other ethnicities just to get blacks an upper advantage to get them into some of these organizations, right? In some of these industries. So I would say blacks have actually been dealt a better hand than some of these other to get them in and pad the numbers of black involvement.
Let's move beyond the philosophical argument, Nathan. I just want you to explain the legal one to me. With the Supreme Court ruling there can't be any race-based policies, explain how your version of reparations would actually legally pass. That's what I want you to do.
So I don't call I never suggested that give black people reparations. And I agree. It's just because you're fucking black don't mean you're going to get reparations here in America. If you're like Anthony, his black ass won't get it because he's from Haiti. His parents came to decide to come to this country, in the 80s or 90s, right? You don't qualify for it just because you're black. So yeah, I agree with that. But the ethnic group of the people that's been affected by these atrocities, right? Those people who can actually prove it should get reparations. It's not some type of blanket type of thing that everybody gets a check.
Who's the group that gets a check? Who's the group that gets a check? How does the check get
people who call themselves freedmen, that goes way back.
Call themselves freedmen. So wait. So if you have ancestral lines that connect you to, say, colonial periods, like somehow related to, I don't know, you were off of the fucking Mayflower, or if you had that mix, then you're disqualified, right?
Well,
you're disqualified.
We have to.
No. Like, you got to be foundational black. You cannot have a white person in that lineage, right?
100%. I can prove in my family, and that's it.
So what? I can prove my family had fucking atrocities and carried on to them in history's past. It doesn't fucking matter. I also have mixtures of other fucking demographics in there.
What country was that?
Fucking England, you dipshit.
England, okay.
All right, David. So let's just go.
I was here. My great grandfather was sold in the Civil War. So you fucking tell me that.
I mean, let's go. And Nathan, let's go off of what you're saying, right? My family has kept pretty meticulous records, and they only go back to like 1874. Like, there's a lot of Black Americans in this country who can't trace earlier than like 1915. Right? So are you saying that all the people who can't legally trace it back, that they wouldn't get it in this scenario you're talking about?
They can do DNA. And I always talk about what's recent first. So what's recently happened is Jim Crow. And when people, wait, let's pause for a second.
Nobody stopped.
There's a museum. It's a museum in Montgomery, Alabama. When you go to this museum, they have names on thousands upon thousands of people that's been lynched in Jim Crow. All these names up upon there, right? What kind of inhumane bastard can you have to be to sit here as a human being and look at these names and say, hey, here's the granddaughter of this person who's been massacred. No justice has happened whatsoever. Not a fucking dime have went towards this woman, right? And now she's probably 70 years old, 80 years old, still alive to this day. What fucking scumbag, pedophile, Epstein supporter, shitface can you have to be as a human to sit here and tell this lady in her face, Fuck you. You don't get a fucking dime. Don't get a fucking job to get education.
You're getting
at
closer.
80 or 90 years old.
Yes,
this is crazy to me.
You're getting closer now. Yes.
I mean, if you want to be on the side of Epstein, pedophile, rapists, and murderers, and so be it. That's on you. But I'm not about to do it. I don't give a fuck what it's about. Yeah, I'm not about to be align myself with these type of people.
Yeah, Nathan, you're closer now, right? So yes, if you were alive during Jim Crow and you experienced Jim Crow, you could make a legal complaint about that.
Or their families, dumbass. And here's the thing about it is this: I worked in insurance before, many different kind of companies. Guess what? If somebody drives a pickup truck, gets drunk, and run your stupid ass mother over, right, and she fucking dies, guess who gets paid? The next of kin, stupid. That's how that shit works. You act like
I didn't call you stupid. So first, I didn't call you stupid.
It's such a low IQ conversation that people don't understand what reparations are.
If you want to argue,
you don't have to be alive. Their family members to be alive to receive it.
Yeah,
even with internment camps, in Japanese internment camps, most of these people were dead, but their families received the reparations. The same thing would happen with Jewish people again and again and again. Don't spend 10 minutes of looking at reparations.
There are families that were known to have had slaves, and they gave land for the people in that community. This was in the news. It was everything, and they gave them a whole section of land and money and continuing aid to help them build businesses to build.
It's crazy.
You can interrupt all you want, but this is them people taking action. So you can interrupt because that's what you're always going to keep doing because you won't just stop. But so those people took accountability. Not up for me to take accountability for them. Guess who I'm accountable to? Those I have rubbed wrong potentially, right? That's who. Now, if I did something, let's have a discussion. But you can't sit here in America where you're sitting here convicting me without any due justice, without what you have is hardship privilege. You don't understand what hardship is. Your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, they understood hardship. They knew it very well. And so when this is the problem, Sig was talking about it earlier, it'll never be enough because once you get this, now I want that. Once you get that, now I want this. Well, wait a minute. If we would have had this 50 years ago, it would have been this. So this is the way it is. And this is, you can keep interrupting, but the fact is that's the problem. And until people can admit that,
why don't you pay it first?